What's going on, guys? It's Brent with the FSA podcast, where we teach online health coaches how to sell at a high rate and scale their businesses with more profit. Let's talk about lead magnets. What are they? Why do we make them? How do we make them? How do we market them? And how do we make money using them? We'll dive into all of it. But first, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified every time I drop a new video, because I drop weekly content giving away all the secrets that other gurus and mentors and business coaches are charging $10,000 plus for. I give it away every single week here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the places. So go ahead and give me a follow. Let's hop in. So what is a lead magnet? Let's go through it. I'm going to go off topic here for a minute, and I promise I'm going to come back around and it's all going to make sense. Just bear with me. Okay. You've all heard the phrase, you don't know what you don't know. Okay. It's not until you start to dive into something. If you're like me, I have a lot of hobbies, and every time I get into a new hobby, I'm like, oh, this seems chill. This seems easy, cheap. And then 2 weeks in, I'm buying way too much and I'm getting way too into it. And then I realize like how not good I am at this new thing, which bothers me. And then I go like all in on it. Okay. So pickleball. I was pretty decent like right away, just from being like genuine, like just athletic and playing against old people. So I'm like, yeah, I'm the best at this, dude. I could probably go pro in a couple weeks. And then I started playing with like more like 3.5 players. And I was like, okay, this is like more my pace. Then I was introduced to like 4.0 players and 4.5 players, and then 4.5 players. If this means nothing to you, stick with me. It's all going to make sense. A really good player in pickleball would be like 4.0, and then 4.5 is like you're really good. 5 is like professional, right? You're probably sponsored and playing in some tournaments. I say all this because in pickleball, I didn't know what I didn't know. I thought I was the best until I started playing with other people, and then I just got smoked. And you feel like helpless because they're so good that you're like, oh my God, you can't make like the slightest mistake because they just capitalize on it. Okay. So for me, it was a very humbling experience, and more questions arose every time I would go up a level, because I'd see somebody do something. I'm like, well, what's that? Or I never thought of that, or I never ran that strategy, or I never thought of this. So in the beginning, I didn't know what I didn't know. But as I even just dip my toes in, I realized how much more there is. And then each time there's a new level, I'm like, oh my God, there's like a whole nother level. This is crazy. It's no different than people who get like really into jujitsu, tennis, whatever it is. Like when you get into something, you realize how much like improvement or room for improvement that you have. Okay. So how does that relate to what a lead magnet is? I'm going to tell you guys here in just a minute. So when you solve a problem, a new problem arises. It typically produces more questions than were there originally. Okay, so back to the pickleball thing. I got good enough to compete, which was I solved one problem, and then I started competing with people who were better, which then opened all the new questions and all the new problems. And then I realized I was like the lowest man in that bracket again. Okay, so when you solve a problem, a new one arises. We want to take a big problem like weight loss, right? Many of you guys are fitness coaches helping people lose weight. We want to take a big problem, weight loss, and we want to solve it. We want to solve a small problem that opens Pandora's box, right? It opens Pandora's box and makes them realize how much more there is to learn, how much further they have to go, and how many questions are still unanswered. So a lead magnet, it has many different forms. Okay. It can be ebook, PDF, a how-to guide, a VSL training. Essentially what it is anything that is educational that solves a small problem to a macro problem like weight loss. So how do we make them? I always start with, what do I want to solve? Okay. So if I think, okay, I am targeting real estate agents. I help real estate agents lose weight. So what problem do I want to solve? Well, if I have a weight loss offer and I'm targeting real estate agents, a big problem that they have is that they gain weight because they eat a lot of fast food, because they're on the road often, between showings and all over the place driving. So I want to solve the small problem, the fast food problem, to the macro problem. They're gaining weight and they want to lose it. Okay. So if we go with fast food, I will make a guide on how to eat healthy on the go for busy real estate agents who are in their car all day. Okay. So I'm solving the small problem, fast food, which contributes to the bigger problem. And it's going to open so many more questions. Okay. So how do we market this? How do we market the lead magnet? Well, the best way is Facebook and Instagram. I know that's no shocker. If you're on LinkedIn, obviously you can put it on there too, but the format that works the absolute best is a colorful background post. Like they call it colorful background post. They call it a sticker post, whatever you call it on Facebook, where basically you just have the color background and you can write like a short message on there. Those do the absolute best. And the format that I like to do is like, I always start with like a quick little like 1 to 3 word hook. It's either boom, exclamation mark, right, in all caps, or check this out, or I just cracked the code, or something like that. Boom always works well. Just boom in all caps, exclamation. So boom, I just put together a 7-page guide our real estate clients are using to lose weight while eating fast food between showings. Want it? With like a down pointing emoji. Okay, so I just put together a 7-page guide our real estate clients are using to lose weight while eating fast food between showings. So we accomplished a few things there. When we said boom, it caught their attention. Just that's the whole purpose of a hook. And it can be as simple as one word in all caps. I just put together a 7-page guide. So it sounds comprehensive. It sounds professional. It establishes me as an expert. Our real estate clients, so I already have clients I'm already established within my network, which would make me more trustworthy, are using, so our real estate clients are using to lose weight while eating fast food between showings. Now it's relevant to them. So if they're in between showings, they're eating fast food and they're like, oh, dude, I need to make healthier choices. I just don't know what to do. This is going to speak to a specific person. And then I just say want it with the emoji pointing down. People, or you can, instead of saying want it, you can just say hashtag yes with like the down emoji. Always put the down emoji so that they know to comment. And so they'll comment hashtag yes, and you'll get a whole bunch of comments if your Facebook is engaged. And this is how we use it. Okay. So we get people to raise their hand. They get people to say, yes, that's me. You're talking to me. You're talking to my problems. Yes, please send me that guide. Okay. Here's the trick. Respond to all comments. Every single one. Every single comment that you get, respond to, because it stokes the post. By stoking, I mean, like, think about stoking a flame to make it bigger. It stokes the post so that Facebook shows it to more people on their timeline, and then it can go viral. Okay. So you stoke the post by responding to all comments. You like and comment back to every single person. Sometimes if they don't respond in the DMs, like basically I'll just respond and say, hey, shooting that over. Hey, shooting it over in a bit. Hey, putting final touches on it. We'll shoot it over. Hey, keep an eye out on your DMs. Check your inbox. All different variations of that. If they don't respond in the DMs, if I DM them and I say, hey, saw you were interested in my XYZ guide to do A, B, and C, want me to send it over? If they don't respond, then I'll comment back to them on the post again and say, hey, did you see my message? Because what that does is it stokes the post again. And I do this over the next 3 to 5 days. And it stokes the post and keeps it active and relevant and on people's timelines. That's the trick to make posts go viral. Okay. Don't tell anyone that. So it's going to show it to more people. We DM everybody who engaged. That's if they liked, if they commented anything, if they shared it. We send them the lead magnet, and this lead magnet is going to basically help them realize how much further they have to go. But here's the trick. When people opt in for the lead magnet, that opens conversation for us. So sometimes we don't even have to wait for the lead magnet to do its thing. It opened the door for conversation, which sometimes is enough to get them to book a call. So we send them the lead magnet, and then we start asking questions. Hey, I just want to make sure that this lead magnet is going to be the best fit for you. You mind if I ask 2 to 3 quick questions just to make sure? Because I may have a better training for you, actually. Ask a few questions, qualify them, and then send them the lead magnet, and then try to get on a call. That's the general strategy that we use to book calls from lead magnets. Not everyone is going to say yes. Okay. So what this can do, again, is it can start the conversation. It can open the door. And that's the most simple form. Okay. That's when it works like perfectly, but it won't always work perfectly. Not everyone's going to book. I already told you what to do if they don't respond initially, but not everyone's going to say yes to a call. That's okay. Still send them the lead magnet, because now that they have this resource from you, they're going to go through, they're going to establish rapport and trust with you, because they might like your training. They might like your style. It's that reciprocity factor. Like, they got value. You just gave it to them for free. All you had to do is just say hashtag yes to a post, and you got a free, a resource that's going to help them or help you lose weight. Like, that's that reciprocity factor. Okay. But now, if you're really smart about how you make these lead magnets, there's so many different ways. I always start in a Google Drive, and I just like outline it, like what I want to cover. And we have an exact strategy within our course, and maybe I'll make a lead magnet out of this for you guys. So if you guys want me to actually just make this into a resource for you, go ahead and message me. You can comment on YouTube, the podcast, on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you see this. Go ahead and comment or DM me and say, yes, I want the lead magnet training. If you're specific about that, I'll know exactly where you came from, because with YouTube, some of you guys come months later. So yes, I want the lead magnet on lead magnets. That will definitely let me know which one you want. So if you do it in the correct format, if you create the lead magnet in a specific structure, it's going to make them have more questions, because you're going to use a little bit of technical jargon here and there, and it's going to make them say, well, what's a carb? Or how many is too much? Or when should you have them? Sounds like that there's like windows, or I've heard of this, I've heard of that. What the hell is a metabolism? Okay, they're going to start asking all these questions. And as these questions arise, they're going to want answers. Well, who's the best person to provide those answers? Yeah, Google, ChatGPT, AI, but not really, because you're the one that created it, and they have a direct line of communication to you via the DMs. So you're going to be the person that they ask. So if people come to you and they don't book a call, but they keep asking questions, that means they're building trust with you. Don't take offense to that just because they don't want to hop on a call yet. Just keep nurturing them. Okay. So lead magnets are one of the most simple ways to make money in the online coaching space. I try to give away at least 1 to 2 per month. So think like every 2 weeks, where you can, put a post out, make it relevant to the holidays, to the seasons, trending topics. The more relevant, the better, because the more it's going to create more engagement on your timeline. More people are going to comment, and more, it's going to go viral. So make it relevant to the season, to holidays, trending topics. And again, don't give away too much. We've actually brought on clients. He had, I think, 40,000 followers on Facebook, which I don't think I've seen anyone with like 40,000 followers on Facebook. But he gave away so many lead magnets for so many years that people only associate him with free stuff. So every time he tries to book a call, they say, "Nah, I'll just wait to your next free thing. I'll just wait. That's a very, very, very difficult hole to dig yourself out of. So you can give away too much, despite what Hormozy or what anyone else says. You can actually become known as the guy who gives away free stuff, and it's really hard to transition from there. So give away 2 max per month, every 2 weeks, and make them relevant. Guys, if you found this helpful, I drop daily content on all social medias. That's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all over the place, giving you free advice that people pay a lot of money for. Okay, so go ahead. It would mean the world to me if you subscribed, liked, shared, send it to a friend who might find this beneficial as well. And I look forward to hearing from you guys if you guys do want the lead magnet on how to create lead magnets. Peace.